quick, easy, fast friends, I guess. And then, but like sustainable relationships would just be like not in their knowledge base. That was someone's argument. But anyway, there are a lot of people who hop their kids around. If you have the privilege and can afford it, or have the knowledge to know how to do that, there are plenty of parents who would be afraid to do that. Like, wouldn't I look suspicious having my kid around from school to school, even within a public school system? Like, if you can, you know, arrangements are looser these days, so you can like pull your kids out of public school, and you can public homeschool. Like, they have programs for that. And in the past, you really couldn't do that. You weren't allowed. You'd have to pay for private. And some people do pay for private and even hop around there. Or they go to public, pay for private for a couple years, go back to public, you know. Here, there, everywhere, and they get to feel special because they're separated from the mass population and the rest of the pack. And it's like, well, what makes them so special, you know? And are they, or are they being made fools of by someone else who's in control? You know what I mean? Like, someone who has them believing that they should do this. How do you know what it is? How do you know if you're making your own decisions? Or if you are shown for who you are? All right, these people bought the special program. They think they're supposed to be special. So, all kinds of ways to handle the population out there, and the people who can handle populations don't even show up in your communities for regular schooling. So people down here going to schools and having to make decisions, you know, if they're their own decisions, they could be heavily influenced by the powers that be in the sky, you know, for whatever reason, to see if they buy. Because it might be suggested to a lot of people, pull your kid, you know, but some people buy into the idea that they're actually more special than everyone else. So you never know. And they live their lives with that belief, you know. Oh, we have Republic Track. Oh, good, they're moving out there. Society Hill, where the past meets the present. They have farmers markets down here on certain days. I always have to look it up because I'm so used to Rittenhouse. But it is fun to come down here. There are other events that go on here, but it's a hike. I'm trying to decide Lombard or South. I don't always like South Street because it can get a little bit gross. You know, there's a lot of partying on the weekends, and which leads to, you know, smelly sidewalks and, you know, lots of trash and debris and stuff like that. So I might do Lombard. South is just, you know, passe. Cliche and passe. So we will do the New Market and Head House. It's all crackled like an egg. Talking about eggs yesterday because someone has a campaign about nasty eggs of Giant and sort of the like vegan, vegetarian versus the dairy and meat worlds. Do you want to go around right, Fakeville, and then up? But then I would have to zigzag. you know, over time this has blended into the, you know, its surroundings, but when this little L-shaped community came in with these homes that all match with themselves, at first it could have felt to neighboring people like fake-ish or Disneyland-ish, because they have a whole different look. I mean, they're so used to being here that now they blend in over time. They've been here many years, so we're talking since 2007, you know. So, but they are separate. Again, a community that's separate, like I was talking about before, people who feel like they're separate from everyone else and, you know, engage in certain activities which can encourage the idea in their own brains that they're special and that they could be spies or whatever. And this is how communities or some families are upheld. You know, the fragile ego needs it or whatever. But again, this community would feel very separate from Philadelphia because of its architecture and design. And they would wonder, like, the idea is you come in and you help change a community that's suffering. Like, bigger people maybe needed to come in from California or other states because Philadelphia has such an issue. South Street is, you know, I'm wondering how much these cost, because South Street could depreciate the value of your home because it's such a partyville. To head to Whole Foods, hoping and praying they have water. Trader Joe's is always good for the water that I get. Whole Foods is kind of a gamble, but I'm up early and Trader Joe's doesn't open until later. So I thought, well, let me try here. Besides, I need a protein powder for my smoothies, and I'm really impressed and excited because I put vanilla protein powder in to just serve as like maybe a banana would have done the same thing, but bananas go bad so quickly. And I get my protein in this way. I'm happy to say it's lasted over a month, this one. You know, for daily usage, I just do like half a scoop or a quarter of a scoop, so I'm really excited that it's lasted that long. And technically for anywhere between $21 and $25, that's like less than $1 a day for the protein powder. So Whole Foods is up all 9. We're down here at 4 and 5. This will be 4th Street, I think. I used to take care of cats and a dog up here. Gaskill. Hi guys, lots of birds. And a squirrel. I keep forgetting that I have food in my apartment. I love to feed the birds and squirrels. With the heat right now, I would have to get up at like 5 in the morning